the most memorable occasion was the Durban July when Ipitombi won it as number 9.
Okay.
I won a few bob. As we left the course, I got mugged. I lost my phone, my wallet, and all my winnings.
So number 9 wasn't that lucky.
Well, I want to know. Welcome to another edition of Horses to Follow in KwaZulu-Natal. And we're here at the Ashburton Training Centre with my bushy-haired friend on the left, Andrew Harrison. But he's going to wait his turn because guests come first and sponsors even more so. Eddie Nielsen, who is from MGT Solar, the director, is that right? One of the directors.
I'm one of the directors and also the CEO.
CEO, okay. Now, Eddie Nielsen, first of all, lovely to have you on the show with us. Welcome.
Thank you, Warren.
You made us travel from, you and Andrew live in Ashburton area, so you made me the 2 against 1. I had to travel all the way from Durban.
Yeah, we were the majorities. We lived just over the hill, yes, so we thought it a good idea to come here.
Yeah, majority rules.
Majority rules, except the car that I was given to come here didn't go faster than 100. That's why I was about 3.5 hours late. Ed, first of all, before we go any further, on behalf of Gold Circle and on behalf of the Horses to Follow podcast, we'd like to thank you and your team and absolutely everybody who's involved in MGT and Megatech. We thank you for your contribution and we look forward to a long and fruitful and profitable and happy relationship.
Thank you, Warren, and thank you both, and thank you Gold Circle Racing for the opportunity to showcase our product, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here this morning.
It's actually share with the viewers how it all started, because, well, when I say how it all started, how the sponsorship of this podcast came about, because it's no secret that you and I and my wife and you guys are all horse lovers and we're all friends, etc. And we were sitting at your home just up on the hill here, and obviously this Megatech MGT. You'll tell us more about that, but I said to you, we were sitting around the fire with an ice cold beverage, and we were talking about the podcast and marketing your product, etc. And that's how it all came about. So that's how the two of us thought of the sponsorship.
Correct. We obviously marketing on any product is important, and we're looking for opportunities and avenues in which to market the product. And the podcast was a fairly obvious choice, having a reasonable amount of viewers, and the viewers being punters and gamblers, and we're in the business of not gambling.
I hope the gambling part doesn't come in here.
Yeah, not gambling. You did notice he said not gambling. Okay, so you felt it apt to get involved. Well, we thank you for that. Now let's talk about you, because when we have our guests on the show, as I've said before, it's about all of us, but primarily it's about you. I'll tell the viewers about Eddie Nielsen. Are you married? How many times have you been married? No, I'm only joking. Tell us about yourself.
Okay, I'll give you a very quick CV. Born in East London, went to school in Maritzburg College.
Sorry, you went to Maritzburg College, eh?
Don't be silly. I went to a proper school.
Okay.
That's why I hasn't got far.
You went to George Campbell.
Ran away to sea it after matric at the age of 17. Spent 11 years sailing ships around the world. Qualified as a ship's captain. Then came ashore in the shipping industry in the Greenwood Group. Spent another 11 years there. Then I opened up my own shipping logistics business called Ensign Shipping. That I sold recently, and I was happily retired until somebody came and convinced me I needed to invest my money into renewable energies.
You're a very serial entrepreneur, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
You know that about Eddie, who was captain of the ships?
Captain of the ships, yeah.
Do you know, yeah?
Was a girl in every port?
Wife in every port,
Yeah.
yes.
How many kids
I
you
miss
got,
it
you
today.
remember?
So.
Okay, so and you just, as I said, you're married and you got kids. So tell us a bit more about your not too personal, but your personal life and your personal family.
Well, we live on an equestrian estate just over the hill here between Camperdown and Maritzburg, with my wife Eddy. As I say, I was happily retired, but in about 2018, Alistair Comfort convinced me to invest in a solar business. And we've been at the solar business since 2018.
Now, you talk about, you see, Andrew, equestrian estate, horses. Alistair Comfort, you remember Alistair, was a very good stipendiary student.
Was he?
He was.
Okay.
Your memory doesn't go that far back.
Bad luck, Alistair.
So, let's talk about that a little bit, because your wife is, she loves her horses. She does more of the, sporting side. You guys come racing as often as you can, and horses and racing and Ashburton Training Centre and the race courses, no strange place to you.
Yes, I learned very early on that anything that eats while you sleep is not a good investment.
Do we really want to start the show?
No, I saw one of those horse floats going up the hill the other day, and the back of the float says, "Horses eat money."
So I'm not a big horse person. I'm not a big racing person. I haven't invested in the horse industry, but obviously I do back occasionally.
You go to the races. I mean, so
yeah, I go to the races.
You
I go to the races. More of a social thing than anything else. But I generally back my lucky number, which is number 9.
Okay.
So the most memorable occasion was the Durban July when Ipi Tombi won it as number 9.
Okay.
I won a few bob. As we left the course, I got mugged. I lost my phone, my wallet, and all my winnings.
So number 9 wasn't that lucky.
Well, I want to know. Eddie got mugged, but I don't know if that was the same year when he had a damn good party. I don't know if it was the same. I think it was the same year, but he's not going to share that with us. But it was a good party, wasn't it?
The July was always a good party, and it's unfortunate that the last couple of years we haven't been able to have a July. But yeah, the July has always been a good party.
We were just saying today, we were in the meeting at Gold Circle, and they were just, hopefully, well, some of us were in the meeting anyway.
Don't rub it in.
We were saying that, they were mentioning that hopefully, all things being equal, that next year the Vodacom Durban July can come back to normality, which will really be fantastic if it does. Okay. For the uneducated, for the uneducated with regards to Megatech and MGT, what is it? What is Megatech and what is MGT? And please, there's no time constraint, so you tell us more.
Okay, I'm going to make it fairly short and simple.
It'd have to be simple for us to understand.
MGT Solar Pty Limited is a registered South African company that is involved in the solar business, and we describe it as a renewable energy development company. So we develop renewable energy projects from PV products to hydrogen, whatever. But at the moment, we have a project that we putting together in Secunda, which will probably be 20 megawatts. But what we have done is, in order to raise funds, what we've done is we've listed a cryptocurrency.
Okay.
It's called Megatech, short MGT. And today is actually a very big day for us because we are listing on one of the largest crypto exchanges, Bitmart. And that listing takes place at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So if you want to get in, today's the day, and this is right at the beginning. So this is the first day of listing today.
Now, to get into the market, you said it was 2 cents a US share?
Okay, we're listing at 3 US cents a share, a token. So we got 3.7 billion tokens that we put out in the market at 3 cents a token.
Sure.
That'll raise us in the region about. I'll probably have all these guys doing calculations now, but it'll raise us enough money to start our projects, and we anticipate to end up over about 5 years with about 80 megawatts, and 80 megawatts will generate a profit over the 25-year life of the plant of about 64 billion rand. So return on investment is quite substantial, and we expect that our token will grow in value and it'll be traded quite extensively.
Right, but solar energy, I mean, everybody needs solar energy. It's a bit like toilet paper. You can't go anywhere without toilet paper. So, and you can't do anything without energy. So, it's and renewable, which is great.
100%. At the moment, there's a carbon tax that's been imposed on the industry, and everyone has got to calculate their carbon footprint, and you will be taxed according to your carbon footprint. So we have some very large emitters in South Africa, one of them being Eskom itself, with the coal-fired power stations. Another one is Sasol, and these guys have to mitigate their carbon taxes. So the only way you can do that is by buying green energy, and of course everyone has a carbon footprint, and everyone is going to be taxed. So the only way you can mitigate it is through buying green energy, and that's what we intend doing.
Your first project is for Sasol.
We are talking to Sasol. They've put out an RFI for 900 megawatts that they require. So our off-take at the moment is the Caxton's group. We have a letter of intent from Caxton's, but we are talking to Sasol, yes.
Yeah, well, that sounds exciting. Well, Sasol is one of the biggest companies in the country. So
I don't want to sound, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to sound pompous or arrogant or blow smoke up where it doesn't belong.
Well, then why do you say it?
Because I want to, because I feel it needs to be said. You know, there's certain, like if you say, well, don't listen to that tipster because everything he gives you runs second, or don't listen to that guy because he's opened 10 businesses and he's gone bankrupt 12 times. Etc., etc. But Eddie, for the years that I have known him and the years that my wife has known him, and Eddy for even longer, he's the kind of guy that everything he touches turns to gold. So I've got faith in him. That's what I'm saying. No pressure.
Mr. Goldfinger, yeah.
Gold member. But
no pressure.
I'm a bit of a serial entrepreneur. I've opened up probably 35 companies in the last 25 years, and probably shut down about 15 companies. In fact, it's more now because I've only got about 3 companies left. So, but over the years, I've opened up at least 35 different companies.
The point I'm making is, I mean, you all know in business, if you go and open a pizza parlor, and you could, go under. I mean, if the business can flop. But the point I'm making is that generally, following Eddie's track record, he's been successful.
No,
you don't want to, the intention is always to invest and get involved. You don't wake up in the morning and say, how can I make my business fail?
Yeah, I know, but it's also, he's got a track record, which is nice, and it's not some fly-by-nighter who's said a bright idea in the dark of the night. Yeah.
Now, how's the response been now? Because obviously, with the investment, with buying these tokens, and how's that been?
Yeah, the response has been good. We have had a pre-sale period, which we have raised quite a bit of money. But the real investors or the volume is really waiting for the exchange to open. And for this to be listed on the exchange. So we list today on the Bitmart exchange. They have been marketing it quite extensively as well, internationally, so they're international exchange. So we expect there to be a bit of fireworks, and we hope that there's quite a bit of volume traded and that we raise quite a bit of money.
You can take on Bitmart, Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. We can try. There's no reason. I mean, Bitcoin was at $1 at some point.
That's right.
And now it's at $40,000. So, yeah, who knows where it's going to end up.
Tell me, Eddie, money-wise, and to the untrained like myself, if I come along with my $500, I can invest. If I come along with my 300, but in other words, what is the maximum? What is the minimum? I mean, if somebody, not everybody's wealthy. Everyone's in a different financial situation.
We've put a minimum of $100 on it, just so that we're not doing too many transactions.
Okay.
But $100, which is 1,500 rand thereabouts, is your minimum entry, and your maximum is unlimited.
It's a good maximum to have.
Good maximum. You're going to find the 1,500.
Find the 1,500. Don't worry about that. Okay, so that's interesting. So, okay, and then how do we get involved? How do we get involved?
Okay,
Tell us now.
Okay, the process is that you need to start off by opening an Apollo wallet. So the MGT is on the Apollo blockchain. So the cryptocurrencies are all they're all blockchain based. We're on the Apollo blockchain, and first thing is to open an Apollo wallet. So you'll open your own private individual wallet, and what I've done is some time ago I opened one for Warren. That's your one, and I opened one for Andrew.
There we go. Flushed like a Shank's toilet. Flushed like a Shank's toilet.
And I'll put some tokens into your wallet, so you're now proud
owner
of some tokens.
There we go.
Okay, so when you open your wallet,
we'll obviously, we'll put up, Apollo wallet and all that on our post.
I wouldn't put your secret phrase up there, because then everybody can hack your wallet.
Okay, don't put the secret phrase.
So when you open your wallet, what we will do is we'll put up all these websites and information and exactly how you go about it. But you open an Apollo wallet, you get a number, and you get a secret phrase. That secret phrase, they tell me it would take them like 400 years to hack. So it's like unhackable, and your wallet is safe. Your tokens are kept in your wallet, and it's under your control. So you're not giving money to somebody and losing control of your money. You're actually in control of your tokens at all times.
That's a huge plus. That's a huge positive.
And as I say, it's traded on the Bitmart exchange, and we're looking forward to this afternoon when it gets listed.
Yeah, well, we're obviously recording now. We had to record the podcast a little later today because we had to attend the meeting, Andrew and I, at Gold Circle, but we'll be up by tonight. So by the time, friends, that you watch this, it'll be after 4 o'clock, so you'll be up and running, and you would have cracked a bottle of champagne, and the games will be on. Just let's go through the website again for those that maybe want to spend more time and going onto the website and investigating as much as possible.
If you go onto the website mgtsolar.com, all the documentation is there. So like a company, if you list a company, you've got to come up with a prospectus. In the crypto world, you come up with a white paper. So the white paper is on the website. There's 35 pages that you can interrogate the business model, or else if you're lazy,
get someone else
like
to do it for
you. You can get your wife to read it and then explain it to you, or you can look at the one paper. We've got an executive summary which is called the one paper, which is also on the website, which is an executive summary of the white paper. So everything is explained on the website.
Okay, now, do you have any further questions for Eddie?
No, I'm confused.
No, there's no need to be confused.
Okay, what we do have on the website is we have a customer support line. So if you go onto the website and you have the whole process is explained. But if you have a problem, you can go onto the customer support line, and you'll get support to make sure you do that transaction.
So you've covered all the bases, which is great.
Team members, you've got team members. It's a business that can be obviously run remotely. You've got team members all over the country.
We have team members, we've got consultants, and we've got people well versed in solar energy and also in cryptocurrency.
Ed, last question. I know you said 5 minutes and not too many questions because you're not a man of many words, but you've adapted very well here, so we're very happy. You've had some one of these lovely road shows where you had one at Hollywood Bets Gravel Racecourse. I think you had one in Cape Town. Will you be having any more of these in evenings of, what do you call it, informal evenings?
I think the problem has been COVID.
Yes.
And the face-to-face type of engagement has fallen away to a large extent. So the electronic media is far more successful. So we're really going to push the media. I suggest that you all join Telegram. Telegram is a messaging service with 250 million users. But MGT, Megatech have a number of groups on the Telegram. We have an announcement group, we've got an airdrop group, we've got a couple of groups on there. So join Telegram, go onto the groups, you'll keep on top of the conversations.
Well, I think you just told us everything, Ed. Yeah, no, if you don't understand it now, then you never will.
And
so,
I think what we must do is let's, going into the future, also we can, have you back on the show. We can have one of your colleagues on the show should they want to come and be part of it.
Yeah, I think if anybody's got questions, then we can build it up and we can have you back on the show again so that you can just
100%, with a
explain
pleasure.
it to you.
Also, that we have YouTube channels. When you look at the podcast, you can flip over to the Megatech YouTube channel. We've got AMAs on there, which is question and answer sessions. So really, everything is available. You shouldn't have a problem.
Well, thanks, Ed. Yeah, that was great for coming on, and
thank you very much
for supporting us. Yeah, so hopefully we
next thing
we got you a few clients.
Yeah, the next thing we've got to do is we've got to get Eddie involved. Well, he I know you said that you weren't really involved, but you are involved. You come to the races. That's involved. You have a bet, and that's good enough. But we need to lasso him now and get him to come to the racing. Him and Eddy more often, and maybe even get a leg and a horse. You never know.
I'm also happy to put my contact details up. Email address is ceo@megatechmgt.com. We'll put that up on the screen. Also, I'm happy to put my phone number up. You can send me a WhatsApp, and we're happy to answer any of your questions.
No, well, thank you very much, and again to you and the whole team, thanks for your contribution. Thanks for backing us, and we look forward to being in touch. We'll always have news, and anything you need to be disseminated, you let us know. And to you and Eddy and everybody concerned, thank you. Well done. And all the best.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's Eddie Nielsen from Megatech Solar MGT, CEO. Wonderful to have him here, and just fantastic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's good that he's had faith in us to support two idiots, but yeah, it's fun.
Two idiots, goodness gracious me. You should be, you being very badly behaved today. Just letting you know that. Now,
it's been a long week.
It has been a long week. Now, let's talk about news.
Right.
There's news. A lot's been happening in racing, and let's talk about it. Let me just get online here. There we go. Okay. Gosh, I see we at, this is, as the viewers can see, we're at Ashburton Training Centre. They can see the view, the tracks and everything else. But you're the mayor of Ashburton and the mayor of Ashburton Training Centre. Some of these sprinklers seem to sound a little stuck.
No, it's just the pressure.
Was it the pressure?
Just the pressure.
Okay, now, news. Louis Ngotwa is the new stable jockey for trainer Brett Crawford down in the Cape. I am so glad that he's been given this chance, because as far as I'm concerned, he is one of the leading riders in this country. He's a strong rider.
He's a strong rider. I remember Shane Humby tried to use him up here and tried to get him to stay, because when Donovan goes overseas, he was hoping to get...
Don't let your paper fly away. It's got your...
He was hoping to get Louis to ride for him, but he said no, there's more opportunities in Cape Town.
The Equus Awards, you were part of that panel.
For my sins.
I was going to say, because normally when you become part of a panel and, you're always going to upset somebody, they're going to think that their horse should have got it. Why did you give them that award? So be prepared for some tongue lashings.
No, I don't think so. I think it was quite straightforward. I'm happy with what we put up here.
And so the nominees have been done. The winners have been obviously decided upon by the panel. So that's all systems go for the evening.
All systems go for the evening on the 17th of August.
17th of August, 8 o'clock, Teletrack, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Who were the panel? Who was the panel, I should say?
Who was the panel? Stan Ellie.
Yes. I love you. It must have been his first time, I think,
Yeah,
Stan.
I think it was first time.
Lovely to have Stan, a gentleman of the turf.
Stan was, so he was cleverer than all of us, that's good. Alistair Cohn,
Okay.
Jack Milner,
Yes.
Graham Hawkins and myself.
Oh, fantastic. Wonderful. Okay. Who do you think, well, I can't really ask you that question because you know. I don't know because, of course, there's confidentiality. But let's put the question out to the viewers. Please comment on our page. Not only one-word answers or two-word answers, but talk to us, communicate with us. We'd love to hear from our supporters. You know the story. We don't tolerate negativity. We don't tolerate hate speech. You'll just be deleted and blocked. But we want to know how you are. We want to know how things are going. But most importantly, when you're conversing with us, put up there who you think will be Horse of the Year for the last racing season. You have to keep quiet because you know who is Horse of the Year. And I don't, but everybody else doesn't either. So, Horse of the Year, who do you think it's going to be or who do you believe it should be? Please put that up on our comment section and converse with us. Lyle Hurtson, well, we know that Lyle Hurtson's the champion jockey. We know that Suzette Viljoen is the champion owner. And we know that
Justin Snaith.
Justin Snaith is the champion trainer. Let's start with Justin Snaith. Good trainer, good horseman, transparent, deserves it.
No, he does. He runs a very professional operation. So, and what's nice about him is if you actually ask him for comment, he's always willing to give it to you.
Willing.
And
And not a nice horse included in the back end of quartets.
No.
He'll tell you straight.
Yes.
Need the run or has a winning chance or that's what you want to hear.
Yeah, and he trained over 200 winners this season, which is pretty good. I know he's probably a little bit thin on the ground as far as features goes, but I think he's got a strong string of 2-year-olds, so I think he's a stable to follow next year as well.
Lyle Hurtson, lovely.
Yeah, I thought he was going for 3 years, but apparently it's only 3 months. So yeah.
Oh, to Japan, yeah.
To
He's
Japan,
off to Japan, so he's only going for 3 months. I saw on social media that him and his fiancée have bought a home, I think in Gauteng, so they'll obviously, I don't think he's going for too long. I think he'll be coming back to settle here in Johannesburg, which is great.
Yeah, probably, but I think if he gets an opportunity, I would stay in Japan if they're there for as long as possible.
For as long as possible. The 3 months might become 6 months or whatever,
Yes,
or come back and then go back.
He's highly thought of there. I know Christophe Lemaire, who's the champion jockey there,
yes,
a French bloke, and he rates Lyle very highly. So.
Hong Kong, they're a little tough on you in Hong Kong. If you don't shape up, you're out.
Yeah, it was funny. I think also he probably didn't get the best of rides, best of opportunities, which makes a big difference. So if you're not supported and you haven't got the horses, you can't pick them up and carry them.
Sure. Well, he's certainly not unlucky here. He He is very lucky in South Africa and rides winner after winner at the highest level too. Okay, so we've touched on Justin, we've touched on Lyle. It would be remiss if we didn't touch on Suzette Viljoen and her husband Barthy Viljoen. They've only been in the game for about 3 years, champion owners already. I mean, really wonderful.
Yeah, but they've spent a lot of money.
They have,
and they've
supported a lot of people too.
So they spread it around. Yes, yeah, which is great. So that's not always with one trainer.
I believe that Mrs. Gaynor Rupert and Mr. Chris van Niekerk, being the fantastic sportsmen and sports ladies that they are, all were in touch with Mrs. Viljoen, congratulated her on her accolade. Really, just wonderful.
Yeah, it is, but there was a bit of debate. I know that the NHA decided that Chris van Niekerk was champion owner because he did earn the most money, but a lot of it came through from restricted races.
Yes,
which is so. And I think it's good that the Equus, I think it's the RA Equus panel decided that you win on. As a level playing field. Yeah.
Yes, as it has been for a long time.
Yeah.
And in fact, with no disrespect to anybody, having a word with Graham Hawkins before we did our TV yesterday, before we did the gravel racing, Hollywood Beach gravel racing, he was sort of saying to me, the NHA...
What did he say to you?
He said to me that the NHA haven't really got, they're not part of the panel, or they're not part of the team, or they're not part of anything, so he found it strange that they were really bringing up those rules. So that's basically, it's the Equus is the RA and Equus.
Yeah, but I'm not quite sure what the politics are internationally. So, yeah, the NHA might be right with the international, but locally, I think it's right that should be a level playing field.
So you agree with Graham? You agree with the Equus that's the way it
Yes,
should be,
yeah,
as it is. No doubt, no debate.
No debate.
Okay, well, that's cleared that up, and I agree with you too. I agree with you.
I wonder why did you break my novel show?
I'm so sorry.
So as far as we're concerned, all systems go. Everybody happy. Congratulations to Justin Snaith. Congratulations to Lyle Hewitson. And congratulations to Suzette Viljoen, Mrs. Suzette Viljoen, and of course her husband Barcy. A fine achievement.
Did you back the winner of the first race?
It was a very, very well supported horse from I think 5-1 to 6-10. And I thought, well, I'm not going to get rich backing at 6-10, so I took a quartet and I didn't catch it.
Oh dear.
I should have just put the 100 rand on the nose and I would have been fine.
Greedy.
Now let's talk about horses. Please don't lose your Apollo wallet. That's very important.
Well, Lati will probably steal it.
Let's talk about horses for courses. Horses for courses. Let's go through the fields for Sunday. Yes, we're on Sunday, the 8th of August, 2021 at Hollywood Bet Scottsville. We're in the capital where the first race is at 12:30. Now, you won't be racing because you're going away for a bit of a family weekend, which is wonderful.
Yep, yeah, we'll be looking at the ocean.
The ocean, okay. First race is a maiden plate at 12:30 over 1,200 metres.
Let's put my Gregory's on.
Put your Gregory's on. I thought this was Luna Cam would be quite tough to beat. But I have got respect for Lord Varies, Duncan House's horse, who was drawn very deep last time at Hollywood Bet Scrabble and ran an absolute cracker.
Yeah,
in fact, ran in the same race as Luna Cam. So is it a two-horse race? Or
I think it could be. I like Lord Varies because I thought he was hell of a green, and I think he'll come on a couple of lengths from that.
Yes. Okay. I also, Luna Cam, Lord Varies, I also slightly in the camp of Lord Varies, but I'm going to be taking as many boxed exactors as I possibly can. The second race is another maiden plate over 1,000 metres at 1:05. I believe there's somebody who is there's somebody who always criticises and always finds negativity and always doesn't find joy in anything and seems to always thrive on pushing people down. Because my little saying is, races over 1,000 metres, don't blink, you'll miss it. I mean, I know that it's maybe just a silly old saying, but don't blink, you'll miss it. Or sometimes I'll say, don't go and make a cup of tea because you'll miss it.
Yeah, okay.
And I know that sometimes it's a merit-rated 58 handicap, and they're not that fast, but it's 1,000 metres, don't blink, you'll miss it.
All right.
That's just my...
Well, I got bollock foot. I'm only tipping one winner.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
So somebody moaned at you because you only go for one horse.
I only tipped one. I tipped one winner.
Oh, you only tipped one successful winner?
One successful winner in 12 places.
And did you?
In 9 races. But
you said 12 places is not bad.
Yeah, it was a carryover, so I don't think too many oaks got it right.
Right, yeah. But did you ask that person who criticised you to park their Lamborghini?
I couldn't be bothered.
Okay, we're doing our best. That's the most important thing. And... we love it.
Yeah.
12 places, that's damn fine, I thought.
I thought so too.
Okay, let's go. Second race. Now, is it a boat race between 12 Ndaka and 13 specially selected? I like it Ndaka. I think these boys here, the Messrs. Brits, Eddy, Brandon Galliard and Storky. I think those guys are going to have a winner here.
Yeah, it'll be
passionate youngsters. They were on the podcast with us.
Yeah, they'll be their first winner. And I think they bellowed at home last time and got nailed on the line.
Yeah, I think Brendan Galliard has had a winner just the other day, but I don't know if this partnership has. But be that as it may, they're young in the game, they're passionate, and we need more of them.
Yeah, well, Brendan, for his sins, he tips at computer for. So yeah, so hopefully.
Okay, so
thumbs.
You're in the camp of Ndaka.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm also in the camp of Ndaka, but obviously healthy respect for specially selected. The third race is a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,000 metres. Don't blink, you'll miss it. I'm big on Ancient Epic here, Gareth Van Zyle's horse.
I think it's the right one.
The right one?
Yeah.
But are you expecting improvement from the likes of Ride the Lightning and Shield Maiden?
I don't know. I think Ancient Epic will be the one to beat.
Hard to beat, eh?
It's a Chinese jockey. Sakai is riding it.
Kanya Sakai. Okay, no arguing between us and Epic. Race 4 is a merit-rated 92 handicap So the average rating is an 86. The fillies and mares contest again over 1,000 metres. Tilly Princely's horse, Miss Generosity, really has been doing well. She's ultra consistent. She gets Samanga Kumalo again. Is she your first choice, or is it more difficult?
Not. I think it's a bit more difficult than that. I thought Justin Snaith, different face, that just comes with some decent English form, and I think she needed it last run. So
she's going to come on from that last start.
I'm sure she's going to improve a hell of a lot on that run.
Okay, so she's your first choice, is she?
She's my first choice, and I think also Travelling Light. I see they put the lights out last time and got rolled, and they Garth put blinkers on, so that might do it.
Number 8 is Soiree. Much better last time, and I had a word with Corinne Bestel. She was very disappointed with Soiree's performance in her penultimate start, and last run showed that she's a consistent mare. She's game and consistent. She's got good course and distance statistics. She's got to be respected.
Yeah, she likes Scottsville. She's always be. It's funny, Corinne's horses, they like the Scottsville straight. Yeah.
You know, she's got a handful of horses, Corinne, and they are consistent. They perform. Yeah, they really do. So well done to her. I'm not sure if she watches this podcast, but well done to you, Corinne. The 5th race is a 72 handicap over 1,950 metres. My value selection in the race, Andrew, I find it a tricky race, so you'll tell us who you've tipped, but my each way value is number 1, Fat Cigar.
Yeah, I think she improved last time. It wasn't a bad effort, but I think you've got to beat Space News.
Ultra consistent.
Caden Brewer's riding very, very well. I think he's good value for his 4 kilo claim. So, yeah, I've gone Space News. And that. What about Jacob's Ladder?
Jacob's Ladder. You know, I know Louis holds this horse in high regard, but to be quite frank with you, his 3 post-maiden runs have been a little disappointing.
Yeah.
But he's a lovely big son of Duke of Marmalade. You love the distance.
Yeah, but Lee pointed out something to me the other day when we
share it with us, please.
Yeah, but I can't remember what it was.
No problem.
He said something about the handicapping.
Sorry, what's your name again?
he said, he said we're a couple of blind idiots if we didn't see it. So just study the form a bit closer. Well, I can't remember what
it says. Lead faded, so...
No, not about that. It was something to do with the weights.
Oh, with the weights, okay. Well, there we go. The point of the matter is that 3 post-maiden runs haven't been great. So, no, I can't have Jacob's Ladder.
Okay.
But I certainly can have Fat Cigar as an each-way value. And you like Space News. So that's how we like it in race 5. The 6th race is a 70... Can you move your finger, please? A 72 handicap. Now you can put your finger back on. 1950 again. It's the 6th race.
Gone Aldo's Pride, I think it's the right one here.
No, Lardo's Pride.
Lardo's Pride, yeah.
No problem. So that's the one you've gone with for Michael Roberts. Since this horse has had a bit of a break, he's coming back nicely.
Yeah, and Mace's horses have become good the last couple of weeks now. The stable's firing.
What do you make of Uplifted, Nathan Cotson's horse, your friend Alderman Rob Haswell?
Yeah, Rob, I think he's been a little bit disappointed with the horse, but I mean, the form is good at the moment.
Yes.
Uplifted
won his penultimate start. Tell him to stop being silly.
But I'd say one thing about Rob, where he's an internal optimist. So yeah.
Okay, so Andrew in the camp of Alado's Pride, and my value is number 9, Banzai Pipeline, but that's just for a place. Okay, let's move on to the 7th race. This is the Off to Stud Stakes, a listed event over 1,600 metres. It's at 4 o'clock, the top of the hour. And Andrew, a tough race.
It's a tough race.
A good race, though.
Some nice fillies.
Why can't Keep On Dancing win again?
No, she can. It just worries me that she's going from 2-4
to a mile. Yeah, she's had one start over the mile for a place, but I hear what you're saying. She's been excelling over distance.
But she's consistent, so you definitely can't write her off.
Let's talk about Georgina Rose. Won 2 out of her last 3 starts. She got a chance?
Definitely got a chance. The oldest 5-year-old mare. I am a mare.
No, 5-year-old mare. Gary Rich, I hope you're watching. 5-year-old mare. When you come,
he's a 60-year-old gelding.
Yeah, Gary Rich, you're not a 5-year-old now. You're a 60-year-old gelding. But I hope you're going to tell that to him when you see him tomorrow. Well, I'm coming to track tomorrow. I'll tell him to watch the podcast.
Don't worry, he watches the podcast.
Does he? There's an insert on him, Gary Rich's mouth.
He texts me first thing in the morning.
Oh, does he? Yeah. Okay. All of me, Cornet speaks his horse. Ignore the last one. You can't ignore Cornet when he comes to town.
There's the winner.
Kaya Coco. Well, her penultimate start was a good one. She beat Wisteria Walk. So the more you look at this field, there's a couple in with chances. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, but I thought there was a hell of a good run in the Garden Province.
Yeah, 5 lengths.
It was 5 lengths, but she lost a shoe. So she was up there the whole way, and then just that last bit, where the shoe came off. So Yeah, I think she might be the right one here.
Okay, a tough race. You happy to say Kaya Coco is your first
That's
choice?
my first choice.
Okay, I'm going to keep on dancing, despite the fact that she's going into the mile. I like Keep On Dancing. Andrew likes Kaya Coco, but a very, very, very tough race. 8th race, to keep it short and sweet, it's the Hollywood Bets Bright Future Maiden Plate for fillies and mares over 1750. I think this horse Sea Eagle is going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, I think it's the right one.
You agree?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Well, then it's as easy as that. Now, what else have we got to do? Besides
I think
thank
we're
everybody.
No, I think we're done for the day.
Okay. Yeah, we've touched on the news. We've spoken to Eddie. We've given a microwave version of some selections for Sunday.
Oh, give them 8 winners. What else do they want?
Whatever you do, don't tip 1 winner in 12 places. Please, not good enough. In a race meeting where there was a pick 6 carryover.
Yeah.
So you weren't the only one then.
Well, maybe I got one leg of the pick 6. I can't remember which one the winner was.
Thank you very much to Tawanda Taravinga for his contribution, and lovely to have him behind the camera. It'd be nice. We'll have him in. Well, he's been in front of the camera many times before. And yes, tomorrow's Friday. I'm joining you here for exercise gallops at Ashburton tomorrow morning. And you're off to the coast. I'm not off to the coast. You lucky swine.
Yeah, but you live at the coast.
You always got an answer for everything, haven't you?
Yeah, well, that's why I am where I am.
Okay.
In the dog box most
The
of the
dog
time.
box miles, yeah, in the most of the time. Your wife's still retired, semi-retired?
Yeah, no, she's covering the Jacob Zuma trial on Tuesday. So so that should be interesting.
Okay, all right. That's going to be interesting, yeah. Maybe Tawanda will get some lovely footage of the sprinklers here, because that's actually, although it's just sprinklers sprinkling out the grass track here at Ashburton, it's a lovely sight. It's a lovely sight to see the track, the water in the background, the mountains. We're blessed to live in a lovely place.
The track was very green 2 weeks ago, it turned brown overnight. Yeah, we had some big frost. Yeah.
Scottsville too, although the underfoot conditions in Scottsville are okay. The turf is brown. It's frost.
It's a bit like Turfentine.
Absolutely.
In the winter, you look as if you're racing on Topita.
Yeah. Andrew, thanks to you as well. It's been lovely to come to the capital, and any chance I can get to come to Pietermaritzburg and to Ashburton, I come up here because it is simply glorious. But it's a wrap from all of us then, hey?
Yep, that's a wrap.
Okay.
Race well.
And
we'll see you in the number 1 box.
Absolutely. From Warren Linferno, Eddie Nielsen, Tawanda Taravinga, and Andrew Harrison. As always, as Andrew's just said, we'll see you in the number 1 box. Thank you.